It's Wolf again with some more Wolf's Backlog stuff for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. This time we're going to be taking a look at one of the zombies levels. Like I mentioned in the multiplayer part of this playthrough, I actually did buy two. Well, I didn't buy. I bought one map pack, so I have one extra level. So I'm going to do. This one's going to be the level that comes with the game, which is Zombies in Spaceland, and then the next part is going to be the Attack of the Radioactive thing. That's the level that I bought. Starting it here though, because as you guys can see, very similar to the multiplayer mode, there's a very similar setup with like missions, but this is like, I don't mind it here so much because you can do these like easily single player and so I don't know, it just zombies mode, it feels like you don't need to worry about DLC at all or anything. And as you guys can also see here, my rank in zombies mode is 57, unlike my rank of 14 in multiplayer mode, because I play zombies mode a lot. And I mean, I still play this every now and again. So anyway, hop into a solo match because I don't have any friends. And we're going to do Zombies in Spaceland. Let me show you guys my loadouts also real quick. Actually, let me show you all my Fate and Fortune cards because I actually don't tend to use Fate and Fortune cards. I think I have a video from like a year or two ago, actually, where I played Zombies mode and I like titled it like without Fate and Fortune cards. It's another one of those features in Call of Duty that I just kind of find like, I just don't want to deal with it. Like, I just don't feel like figuring it out. So these are the ones that I run with. I probably won't even use any of them. Sometimes I just activate one to, like, just for no reason, just to, like, activate it, but yeah. And then the weapon kits is, so this Call of Duty has it so you can actually customize the weapons that you're going into zombies mode with. So like, for example, here's the Volk. So if I pick up a Volk in the playthrough, which I might, it'll look like that. It'll have all those attachments. I tend to, like, I don't have everything customized, but I tend to like particularly customize the guns that I like really like to use. So for example, the NV4, also I have the Honey Badger variant on, which is kind of cool because that was one of the variants that was in the Honey Badger was a gun in Call of Duty Ghosts, and now they made the NV4 yeah, you guys get it. But anyway, let me just run you all through these. Like, as you guys can see, I don't put attachments on everything, but mainly just the guns that I tend to use a lot. So, and I also tend to make sure also that even if I don't use a gun a lot, I'll try to like pick the best version of it for just in case I do pick it up at some point. So like all of them, I'm pretty much using like a specific thing. So stockpile on that one because more ammo. Why do I have this one? I think that this one, yeah, the 75 kills. I was trying to experiment to see if you could use that one time to get an extra perk more so than normal, but you actually can't. But I'll just leave it on there anyway because it might come in handy still. Here are the classic weapons I was talking about in the multiplayer playthrough. So these are like guns that are clearly like modern guns, like not futuristic. But yeah, also an important thing to note about my Kendall is that I have the auto sear on, which is why my Kendall 44 in this is automatic. So that's an important thing to remember. So if you guys play, the Kendall tends not to actually be automatic, but it is in mine because I have that add-on. So go ahead and skip through this if I can and hop right on into Zombies in Spaceland. There we go, the 80s. Also, I need to make sure real quick that my music is turned off. Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. Because yeah, I think it's, yeah, because I tend to record like Infinite Warfare zombies sometimes, so I think I already had that turned off as it was. But yeah, if you are playing though, you can listen to some 80s hits while you play this level. Honestly, I feel like Zombies in Spaceland was a really well put together zombies experience, and I'm almost surprised that they didn't customize some of the stuff for other zombies levels as much as they did Zombies in Spaceland, because everything here is like makes sense for the 80s, like the vending machines and everything, but then some of the other levels you kind of wonder, why is there a vending machine that looks like this, or why do you have the wheel of fortune or wheel of fate, whatever it's called, thing, the mystery weapon box equivalent for this game. Like, why do you have that at like a trailer park in Attack of the Radioactive thing? It doesn't really make any sense. Or for example, another Attack of the Radioactive thing that is Another attack of the radioactive thing. That's some good speaking there. Um, Another thing about that level is it has the like skull mini game thing that you can play to get all the perks and stuff, and you know there's that whole Easter egg process and stuff. But like it's still an arcade game, and so far as I know, arcade games didn't even exist in the 50s, and that's when that level takes place. So like that doesn't really make any sense. But nonetheless, so I've played Zombies in Spaceland so many times that I kind of have a specific route that I do. I think I did it actually in that video I made, like I think it's actually been like a year or two since that one came out. But I have like a specific route kind of that I go about that works pretty well. I'm not going to go for Easter egg stuff or anything in this, or the attack of the radioactive thing parts, because I just don't feel like it, and also it would be kind of a pain. And yeah, I mean, as it is, this playthrough is probably going to go pretty long because I'm pretty good at zombies, so it'll probably last for a while. And on that topic, at some point I might turn the microphone off because I just don't necessarily have like 2 hours of commentary in me for this and Attack of the Radioactive thing. I remember originally the plan was I was going to talk about campaign mode when I did this zombies part, but then I ended up deciding against that and just talked about campaign mode for like 6 minutes in the intro to this playthrough. So yeah, I mean, I'll think of some stuff to talk about for a while though. David Hasselhoff is in this level, so that's pretty cool. You can call on him. I actually have a video, another one from like however many years ago. Wow, this playthrough could be over really quick. That reminds me, I need to go get Up and Atom. I'm gonna do, I think you know, I might hold off on that. Up and Atom is pretty much the equivalent of Quick Revive and Infinite Warfare, and I don't know if I'm gonna use that or not, because I'm like, as it is, I'll probably get pretty far with just one life, and also since I don't want to make this playthrough like stupidly long, yeah, I might not do that. Anyway, though, I need a new weapon, so I think what I'm gonna go for is I'm gonna do the M1, because the M1, if you pack-a-punch it, it actually gets a really useful like auto-targeting ability. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. The only weird thing about the M1, as you guys can hear, I'm hitting square. You can't reload it unless the magazine is completely empty, so that's kind of interesting. The perks I'm probably going to try to get are going to be, like, I don't really know them by the Infinite Warfare name, even though I've been playing a ton of Infinite Warfare over the past 2-ish, 3-ish years since this came out. But they're probably going to be the Juggernog equivalent. I think it's called like Tough Enough in this game, and the Speedy Reload one, the Double Tap equivalent, and I think I can get 2 more after that. I'm trying to think of what other ones I usually get. Haven't played in a while, so I can't remember what the other ones are, but I think I'll probably just end up running across them and then remembering as that happens. But we'll see. So I think the first door that I'm going to go ahead and open up is this one, because this is the way to that Tough Enough thing, that perk. So if I go this way, it's after this door, or after this barricade, and then I'll have that, and I can, like, the earlier that I can get that, the better. And then I'll probably go to the arcade. I don't know. Nah, I'm not going to do, there's a whole strategy you can do with the Cryolator. Yeah, it's the Cryolator, I think, the Freezy gun thing that you can win from the arcade. There's a whole strategy you can do with that to get like 30,000 points before round 10, and that's pretty useful, but I don't think I'm really going to need that for this playthrough, so I don't think I'm going to spend time doing that. Actually, though, we are on scene 4, so it's time to kind of start paying attention to where zombies actually are and everything. Because at some point soon you guys will see, and I've done it in other videos, where I pretty much train the zombies on this walkway. I go over here and then I go back down under it and just kind of make a loop. And that's really a good spot to train zombies, which is another thing I really like about this level, is that you don't have to like do anything specific to actually get to the point where you're just training zombies along. I mean, I really like this level in general. I did that whole video about it before, about whether or not this would actually be a fun theme park. I like it because it's got the 80s theme, it's got 80s music and everything. It just does it really well in general. And there's just so much just stuff in this level that's pretty cool. And it's nice too because it's one of these scenarios where you're playing Call of Duty Zombies, but it's not so convoluted that you can't still have fun without doing all the extra crap. Because I feel like one of the things that's the Black Ops series of zombies suffers from, like, really bad, is the fact, and even World War II zombies kind of suffered from this a little bit, the fact that in both of those series of zombies modes, you really can't just play. Like, after Black Ops 2 zombies, like Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, and World War II, like I said, even though World War II wasn't made by the same producers, it just, you can't really, it's way harder. Like, in some of the later Black Ops 2 levels also, like, Origins is extremely hard to just play without doing Easter egg steps. And the Easter eggs in Call of Duty Zombies have gotten just so complicated as time has gone on that it's not really fun to do them every time you go to play. And so, that's one of the reasons why I like, I mean, just in general, the Infinite Warfare Zombies mode, because all of the levels are playable even without doing all the extra crap. So, yeah. And another thing also on that point with the whole convoluted nature of some of the, I've used the word convoluted so many times in this video, in the multiplayer one, but another thing with the convoluted nature of the zombies mode in the Black Ops series is the fact that the story has gotten to the point where it is so insane and untraceable, unless you've been following it from the beginning, that it really sort of, as somebody who has played zombies but hasn't played it for the story mode, it really makes it intimidating to newcomers because you're not going to understand anything that's going on at all. Which, I mean, zombies mode, like, you don't really need to understand because it is a really hefty gameplay based mode, but like, you're not going to understand anything that's going on, which also is probably going to lead you to not understand the Easter egg, which is also going to lead you to not be able to do that well, necessarily, unless you're just really, really good at, like, first room challenge type things. But, I don't know, it's just, I just really like the fact that Infinite Warfare has its own story. The only really connection that it has to anything is, like, there's the whole thing about how the last level is, like, begins as, like, an extinction mode from Ghosts, but otherwise it's its own separate thing, and I really like that, because it also makes the story interesting, too, to a newcomer. Like, I understood what was going on in this story. It wasn't, like, 4 games in the making already and have like 2 different versions of characters and crap like the Black Ops series does, where you've got alternate universes and then one set of protagonists that actually has like 2 different versions of themselves, and then this third set of protagonists that's like kind of tied into them, and the characters reflect the original characters but then don't, and then also you have these one-off levels that have other groups of characters that represent different crap, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I've made that criticism before as like a zombies player who, you know, a person who's made videos in the past about Call of Duty Zombies and everything. Like, yeah, I'm probably gonna keep the Kendo 44 for a little while, because after this scene we're probably gonna get a clown round, which is the equivalent of a dog round in Infinite Warfare. And it won't be very challenging because it's the first one, and when we finish that we'll get infinite ammo, and then when we get like, we'll get the resupply, and then when we get the resupply we can use the pistol for a little while to get a bunch of money, because it doesn't do a whole ton of damage. So, and yeah, I was right, it's time for the clowns. Now, one thing that's a pain is, since I can't actually hear the game the way I'm recording it right now, is that I can't really hear where they're coming from. So that makes things a little bit more challenging. But also, it's this round, the first clown round tends not to be too bad. Also, you can see where they're coming from the lightning strike. But yeah, so there's the max ammo. Also, this map has souvenir coins. But again, like, even though there's a lot of stuff going on in the gameplay of this zombies mode, it's easy to understand because it's a baseline. Like, it's not anything that you need to have been playing and seen, like, the changes and improvements over time to make any sense of it. Like, everything, all of the gameplay mechanics make sense. Like, you get the souvenir coins, you shove them in the souvenir coin machine, you get a reward in the form of some sort of weapon usually. Or, like, you know, the perks, they make sense. You eat this candy, you get a special ability. Just stuff like that. It just, you know, the Pack-a-Punch. You know, you link all the portals, you unlock the Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch makes your weapon stronger. Like, it's straightforward, and even though it shares a lot of DNA with Treyarch's Zombies mode, it just, I don't know, it just works better, I think. Especially, though, mainly because, like I keep saying, because it's the first time that this zombies version of zombies has like existed. It's a new thing, so it works well. Although even still, the Easter eggs in the story do get kind of confusing. Uh-oh. Oh, big uh-oh. Wow, that was quick. You know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the microphone and then go ahead and like do a crossfade into another round of zombies here, because I don't want to end this part of the playthrough on just that at round 7. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut off the microphone, kind of focus on gameplay, and then fade into when I'm at like round 7 in this next match, and then continue from there. But I'm not going to talk anymore. So this is going to be the end of the commentary for this video. So yeah.
Cash in your Spaceland Park ticket to any one of our ticket booths around the park. You can always fly by the Astrocade to earn even more tickets.
We stomped some zombie heads. I better find some ammo, or these things are going to be a lot tougher to defend. Oh, this is getting embarrassing. That was awesome. That was like sliding into home plate on a surfboard. I wonder if that roller coaster is still operational. Keep your eyes peeled for anything useful. Thought a kiwi can turn the ball over. If you want to slow the run, we gotta keep these windows covered. embarrassing. P1, cop 0. No bullets. I better find some ammo. A few more bullets never hurt. Range and effectiveness, perfect QB asset. That was awesome. Reminds me of Extinction.
Congratulations, cadets. You got fate and fortune on your side.
If we want to gain any yardage against these guys, we're gonna need to get the power up. Better than that.
Please do not steal this.
Time to find out what's behind door number 1.
Your soul will be mine.
A special shout out to our Spaceland Space Cadet. Boots. And the whole host awesome team.
That was like sliding into home plate on a surfboard. embarrassing. We gotta keep these windows blocked or the run is coming right through. The game's all tied up now.
It's Plan D. You'll be home before you know it. If you
Damn, this thing can play their entire offensive line.
I see you've met our lovely Spaceland mascot, Groot. Moving parts and ripping arms from forces. I hope your birthday is a good one.
Oh, that was a dirty play. I'm taking bigger hits from hunters. Best offense? Good offense. And the mascot's off the
Insta-kill. That was rather boring. Now, if you had died in that scene, we would have had something to work with.
A special update from Mission Control. Word on the street is you rebels are taking off the man. Hello!
What are you doing in there? Quit wasting time and get back on the set. Our zombie stunt team is getting restless.
gotta be a way. I feel the need. The need for speed. Hot lead coming right up.
These kids are killing it, folks! Literally. Will they make it home? Only time will tell.
We should quit slacking on these challenges.
Your soul will be mine.
Attention all guests. There are some locals in the park who would just love to get a taste of you. Your eyes peeled, fingers on the trigger. Let's find a way out of this crazy scene.
Please do not.
You and Bruce can hit it off better this time around. Last stage was a real letdown.
What was that?
No! It's all wrong. We're supposed to kill the brute. Leave that wardrobe, prep another. Don't get right next time.
A little ammo goes a long way.
You all are VIP guests killing it out there in Spaceland. You crazy cats are stirring up quite the buzz. With a little